When creating documents in Adobe Illustrator CS6, your documents can become quite complex at times. Being able to efficiently navigate your document will save you both time and frustration. Let's take a look at several ways in which you can navigate a document in Illustrator. I'm beginning this video with the navigating.ai file already open on my computer. And just to make this a little less distracting, I'm going to turn off my Smart Guides for now. So if we go to the View menu, just come down and make sure that Smart Guides is unchecked. Now, the first way that we can go about navigating our document is the ability to zoom in on different areas of our artwork. So obviously down here in the lower right corner of our Tools panel, we have the Zoom tool. So if we click on that, we can use this in several different ways. So for example, if you click once, it will incrementally zoom in on that area in which you clicked. Now what I like to do to become a little bit more accurate is I like to click and drag, which is called marqueeing, around an area that you want to zoom in on. And then when you let go, it's going to zoom in on that particular area. Now in the same respect, with this tool still selected, we can hold down the Option key on Mac or the Alt key on Windows, and you'll notice that your zoom tool turns into a minus symbol. And if you click, that will zoom out incrementally wherever you are clicking. Now, while you're zoomed in on an area, let's go ahead and zoom in on this area one more time. A really beneficial tool is what's called the Hand tool. That's located in the lower left of your Tools panel. And if we click on this, this essentially replaces your scroll bars that are found at the bottom and right side of your screen. Because these scroll bars are okay, we can drag to kind of change where they are or where our artwork appears, but it can become a little bit cumbersome. So with the Hand tool, you simply click on your artwork and drag to move the artwork wherever you want to. And so if I wanted to look at his mouth, I would just drag up and get the mouth into the center of my screen, and then I can start working. The Hand tool is quite powerful when you're working on this. You can just drag it wherever you want it to go. Don't forget the helpful keyboard shortcut, which is Command-0 on Mac or Control-0 on Windows, to fit your artboard inside of your document window. Now another way that we can zoom is down here in the lower left corner. You can see that we have a magnification field. And if you click on the down arrow to the right, we can choose from a number of different predefined magnifications, or you can also choose Fit on Screen as well, which would be the same as doing a Command-0 or Control-0. Note that you can zoom in on your document up to 6400%. which is really a high magnification when working in your artwork. So I'm just going to go down here and go ahead and Fit on Screen one more time. Now you're going to find that switching between these tools constantly can become a little bit cumbersome. So let me show you a couple shortcuts. If we switch to our Selection tool, which is the main tool that you're often working with inside of Illustrator, we can quickly access our Zoom tool by holding down the Command and Spacebar keys on our keyboard, or the Control Spacebar keys if you're using Windows. And while holding down those keys, you'll notice that my cursor changes to the Zoom tool. And if you click and drag to marquee, or just click, you'll zoom in on that area. If you really want to get technical, you can hold down Command Spacebar and then also add the Option key on Mac or the Alt key on Windows, and that'll switch to your minus symbol. So again, the shortcut key is Command Spacebar on Mac, Control Spacebar on Windows to get your Zoom tool, and you can also do Command Spacebar and then add the Option key on Mac, or Control Spacebar and add the Alt key on Windows to zoom out on an area as well. I'm going to go ahead and press Command-0 on Mac or Control-0 on Windows to fit this to my window one more time. One thing I want to point out is that when you hold down Command Spacebar on Mac, you'll notice that your Spotlight search field shows up. Now we could turn that off if you want. However, if you just ignore it, you will be able to zoom in and change your magnification regardless of whether that Spotlight is enabled or not. And then the other shortcut for your Hand tool is that when you are zoomed in on an area, you can simply hold down the spacebar on your keyboard to temporarily access your Hand tool. So while pressing that spacebar, you just click and drag to change the area that you want to view inside of your document window. So those are really helpful shortcuts when navigating your document. I'm going to go ahead and press Command-0 on Mac or Control-0 on Windows to fit my artboard to my screen one more time. Now, the other thing that's helpful when navigating is your artboards. We can see that this particular document has multiple artboards that each contain a different version of my art. So to navigate your artboards, you have a couple of choices. You can come down here to your artboard navigation area. If you click on this drop-down arrow, you can choose which artboard you want to view. So if I choose to Koala, that will show that particular artboard. In the same respect, if we click that again, go to the third one, we get the same appearance of that particular artboard. In addition, you can come way over here to your artboards panel, and that also helps you to navigate to the appropriate artboard. If you double click on this area, the area that does not contain the text, it'll jump to that area or that artboard. You can also click on this icon over here, and that'll show your artboard options. But we don't really want to go there at this point. We just want to navigate. So we'll simply double click on the blank area, and that'll allow us to jump to our different artboards. One last thing I want to show you, I'll go ahead and close this artboards panel, is we have something called the Navigator. I'm going to go to my window menu, and I'm going to come down and choose Navigator. And the Navigator is a great way to also navigate your document. So you can see within my Navigator panel, I have a red area surrounding the current view that I'm seeing in my document window. If I drag that red area to a different location, I can change the area of my art that's being viewed. You can also change the magnification down here. Just kind of click and drag, and when you let go, it's going to zoom in on that area. And you'll notice that when you do that, your Navigator proxy area, this little red rectangle, changes size as well. So you could say, well, I want to look at the eye on this piece of artwork, and then you can drag it over to the second piece of artwork as well. So as you can see, the Navigator is really helpful when you're trying to look at a large area and you want to zoom in on that area and navigate from place to place. So I'll go ahead and close this Navigator panel. And as you can see, being able to navigate your document efficiently will help you to become more efficient in Illustrator, allowing you to focus more on your artwork. Practice using these navigation techniques, and before long, it will become second nature to you.